video gets started, I'm going to jump in here real quick and say that not everything that Dawn said in her video is true. And I'm going to talk more about that at the end of the video, but I'm going to give you a story first.
The ongoing drama surrounding the Minimal Mom's divorce shows no signs of settling, and the situation has only become more intriguing. Both Dawn and Tom's videos have gained significant attention on YouTube, with Dawn's divorce announcement surpassing 1 million views. Meanwhile, Tom's video has been unexpectedly deleted, leaving viewers with more questions than answers. The removal of his video has fueled speculation about whether he was pressured to take it down, particularly after he contradicted some of Dawn's claims about their marriage.
Throw something at me that we haven't tried. Yeah, we did. We got this. We were just one, like EMDR or something else away from, and that's hard and it makes me very sad. So.
Many people have noticed how Dawn appeared to giggle throughout parts of her divorce announcement. While some believe this could be a nervous reaction or a coping mechanism, others found it unsettling and inappropriate given the serious topic she was discussing. Her demeanor left many questioning whether she was fully grasping the gravity of the situation or if she was attempting to maintain a certain image for her audience. The contrast between her light-hearted delivery and the weight of the news itself has left a lasting impression, sparking heated discussions online. Dawn has also expanded the conversation beyond YouTube by posting a 14-minute video on TikTok with the caption, "Tom and I are divorced. This sucks." She added hashtags such as 2025 and minimalist.
But Tom came with some baggage. Mom and Dad, I love you guys. And there may be some things that I'm going to share right now that you might get offended by, and that's not my intention. My intention is to just speak from my life experience.
Further drawing attention to the situation. Her divorce video has brought in a wave of new subscribers, and with over 1 million views, estimates suggest she has already made around $10,000 from it. While YouTube earnings vary based on factors such as ad rates and engagement, it is clear that the video has not only fueled discussion, but has also been financially beneficial for her.
And then the business got torn to shreds, and it was rough. It was really damaging on our whole family, my siblings and I. And like that was Dawn in my first several weeks of our marriage. Like that's how it began.
Tom's now deleted video painted a very different picture of the situation. In his video, which had its comments turned off, he openly disagreed with Dawn's claim that they had exhausted all efforts to save their marriage. He shared personal struggles, expressing how he felt that as he worked on himself.
I grew up where my mom and dad yelled and fought and all that stuff. And so then I brought that into our marriage. And like our first year of marriage, I thought, wow, this has just been a really stressful year and it's gonna get better. Once all this smooths out, everything will be good. And then year 2 went along and year 3 went along.
Dawn became more distant. His words suggested a disconnect between their perspectives, leading many to wonder whether his decision to remove the video was influenced by outside pressure or a personal choice to step away from public scrutiny. Dawn's video was immediately followed by the sudden removal of Tom's own video, which only added more fuel to the fire. His video, which had already been highly emotional and personal, was deleted after it received considerable attention.
And there was always a reason why I was stressed out and angry, like why something wasn't well.
Tom had expressed his frustration over the divorce and painted a much different picture than Dawn did, sharing raw details about their tumultuous first year of marriage, his childhood trauma, and how he felt increasingly disconnected from her as the years went on. His decision to take down the video, and the fact that comments were disabled, prompted many viewers to wonder whether external pressures had played a role in the removal. Some suggested that Tom was forced to erase the video due to the sensitive nature of its content, or perhaps because it contradicted Dawn's public narrative.
When she said she'd marry me, like that's...
leaving people questioning if he had been silenced in some way. Beyond discussing the divorce itself, Tom also opened up about his past trauma, providing insight into his upbringing. He revealed that he grew up in a home where yelling and emotional outbursts were common. Speaking directly to his parents, he began by saying, "Mom and Dad, if you're watching this, I love you."
That was the best. That was the best thing I could have imagined. But it all didn't go well.
However, He also admitted that Dawn's family had been the closest thing to a real family he had ever known. Aware that his words might be difficult for his parents to hear, he prefaced his statements by warning them that his intention was not to offend, but to share his personal experiences. One of the most emotional moments in his video came when he spoke about his parents' divorce, which took place immediately after he married Dawn.
I always treat Dawn well. And I didn't always treat our children well. So we went through a lot of counseling over the years, and you know, everything you've seen on YouTube is real. Like, we didn't put on a show for YouTube. Like, Dawn and I, like, we have so many similar interests and hobbies.
He described it as ugly and revealed that being caught in the middle of their turmoil had taken a significant toll on him. Apologizing to his mother before continuing, he stated, "My mom tried to take everything from my dad in their divorce, and it completely destroyed him." He acknowledged that his father had not handled the situation well, but the impact of their bitter separation had left deep emotional scars on him. His words painted a picture of someone who had already endured the painful effects of a broken marriage before facing his own. With Tom's video now wiped from YouTube, the speculation surrounding its removal continues to grow. Viewers are questioning whether he voluntarily took it down or if he was pressured to do so.
For children, we love so many of the same things, but there's a few things that we're different about, and I guess it was too much for her.
Especially since he had openly disputed aspects of Dawn's narrative. Meanwhile, as Dawn's subscriber count and earnings continue to rise, people are also wondering about her level of transparency. Has she shared the full story, or is there more to the situation than what she's revealing? Tom shared that he didn't want to go into too much detail, but he acknowledged that their first year of marriage was incredibly challenging.
At the end of it, and I still to this day fight for it, and I'm still fighting for it. I've learned a lot in the last several years of pretty intense counseling, and
in addition to navigating the turmoil of his parents' messy divorce, his sister moved in with them for a period of time, and later, his father also lived with them. At one point, they were in the middle of renovating their first home, adding even more stress to their situation. On top of all that, a high school student also stayed with them for a short while. In the midst of all this upheaval, they discovered they were expecting a baby.
About myself and psychology. I used to not think that I was a good man. I used to think that I have anger and I'm emotional and I get stressed out and stuff, and I used to think,
which Tom described as both overwhelming and life-changing. While the experience of becoming parents was joyful, he admitted that their first year as husband and wife was filled with challenges that tested their relationship. Despite everything they went through, Tom expressed that he and Dawn had many wonderful moments together.
That I wasn't a good person. I don't believe that anymore. I believe I am a good man, and I believe that I am not the man I used to be. And I believe that I have good kids and I have a good wife.
He made it clear that he still loves her and cherishes the time they spent as a couple. Calling her his best friend, he said that if he had the chance to choose his life partner all over again, he wouldn't pick anyone else. To him, Dawn was everything he had ever wanted in a wife.
Yeah, so Dawn's great. We did do a lot of counseling. I don't believe we tried everything. She says that she thinks we tried everything and that we can solve our differences. I don't agree with that. Honestly, I think that the last few years, since YouTube started getting really big, I believe that the focus has shifted.
Which made their divorce even more painful to accept. Tom reflected on how Dawn always did her best to be both a great mother and a supportive wife, but he recognized that he had struggles of his own that impacted their marriage. He admitted that he wasn't always able to regulate his emotions, and at times, he didn't even fully understand why he was upset or unhappy. He revealed that he had placed his entire sense of happiness on Dawn.
Okay, so we'll just say it out like this. So, you have a marriage that's a little challenging, and then you're accelerating in your business that also is a ministry. So
when their relationship was going well, he felt secure, but whenever things weren't perfect between them, he found himself struggling emotionally. As the years went by and he worked on improving himself, Tom believed he had become a healthier, more emotionally stable partner. He felt he had grown into a better husband and father, someone who was more present and patient. However, at the same time, he sensed that Dawn was becoming more distant. He shared that early in their marriage, it was Dawn who fought to keep their relationship together. But in the past 3 years, he was the one trying to hold on while she seemed to be pulling away.
Your business is a ministry and it's giving you life, but then you're struggling in your marriage. I mean, I can understand that then that person would invest a lot more of their time into that business. And so then the marriage...
Tom made it clear that, to him, marriage is worth fighting for. He strongly believes that if one spouse is still willing to put in the effort and stay committed, the other shouldn't give up so easily. In his eyes, Dawn had lost faith in their marriage and no longer believed things could get better. Even though he didn't want to speak negatively about her, he couldn't ignore the fact that their relationship had changed. He reiterated that he still loves Dawn and considers her an amazing person, but he recognized that they no longer shared the same vision for their future. Since announcing her divorce, Dawn has remained relatively quiet on social media.
Understanding and belief also then starts to break down even further, or starts having more challenges. And so I believe that things have changed a lot in the last few years. I believe that YouTube has become a greater focus.
While she has not posted any new content on YouTube or TikTok, she did make a post on Facebook about 5 hours ago. This entire situation serves as a reminder that no one really knows what happens behind closed doors. From past trauma to their differing perspectives on their marriage, it's clear that there was much more happening beneath the surface than what they shared publicly. The tension between the two sides of the story has left many viewers on edge, questioning the authenticity of each person's narrative.
And I don't want to speak anything ill about Dawn because I, to this day, love her. And I think that she is a wonderful person, but I do believe that things have changed.
As the public has been exposed to snippets of both Dawn's and Tom's perspectives, it's become evident that their marriage was far from perfect, and both individuals have carried emotional baggage that contributed to their split. While Dawn's video painted a picture of a fresh start, Tom's more reflective and emotionally raw video painted a picture of a relationship that had suffered from miscommunication.
This video gets started, I'm going to jump in here real quick and say that not everything that Dawn said in her video is true. And I'm going to talk more about that at the end of the video, but I'm going to give you a story first.
Personal trauma and unmet needs. Amid all of this, there's the larger issue of monetizing personal tragedy. Dawn's divorce video was clearly a calculated move to further her brand, but many are now questioning whether this is an ethical approach to such a sensitive topic.
Throw something at me that we haven't tried. Yeah, we did. We got this. We are just one, like EMDR or something else away from, and that's hard and it makes me very sad. So,
as her financial gains from the video continue to grow, the question of whether she is exploiting her divorce for profit becomes more significant. Is it acceptable to turn a personal crisis into a profitable business venture, or does it cross a line of decency? Tom's decision to open up about his past and the struggles in his marriage has left many people wondering why he ultimately chose to delete his video. Did he regret sharing so much? Was he pressured to take it down? And what does this say about the real dynamics between him and Dawn? There's still a lot to unpack when it comes to their relationship and everything that led to its downfall. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any updates on the latest influencer drama and headlines. See you next time.